quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And off we go from SoFi. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And his choice to leave the end zone going to cost him a small chunk here as he's out shy of that 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. It looks like we can call it back 4 yards in the end. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll take this up to around the 29-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Herbert now to throw on 3rd. He completes it in traffic. And this one does not go far.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They're going for it. It's Herbert. He finds him beyond the marker. That'll be the 1st and more. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Dameon Pierce now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 31. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. That was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. They're going for this. Throw caught by his running back. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. That big 4th down call is how we close out our first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Buys time, rolling right. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Nixon on the toss. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
1st and 10, a run to Nixon. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the gun, Stroud. Escapes the pocket. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Oh, my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Chargers take possession of the football.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw, but you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers with a long field ahead. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Herbert from the gun. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect to a tank down. And it's going to be second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Nico Collins, the intended target. And things look tougher now with third and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Sends it to Diggs along the sideline. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Pass caught by Mixon. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun now, first round. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, third down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Stroud off the play fake. Just got it away before the hit button. It doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this fourth down. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Darius Davis to return it. And he gave it his best to get to the 25, just a step or two short of it. He's out along the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Herbert. Hits his running back. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Gets this to McConkey. And they make the tackle at the 38. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, Herbert. Chased out to his right. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Well, that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit, and he couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances to try and push that one down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Herbert to throw once more. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Browns kick is up and good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. That's complete inside the 35. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
That was luck.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Juke the defender. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
Well, he had the space
See if I do it again.
and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. On the option, here's Mixon. Jukes one defender, and this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They get 13 on the pickup, and it sets up a Houston first. On the ground again with Mixon. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Keeping it with Mixon. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
QB sneak coming. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Texans cut into the lead coming out of halftime. C.J. Stroud the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans tie things 10-10. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give to Dobbins to start the third. He'll cobble together a yard there. That stop coming from Henry To'o. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Finding Hurst. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. Well, we didn't see either side separate through 3. It's all tied at 10 to begin the 4th. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Herbert back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Working quickly here.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd down run by Dobbins. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
He'll throw it. He's got it to his running back. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
That's another Chargers 1st down.
A give right side to Dobbins. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers going for the win here. Second down now, 7 to go. Running it again with Dobbins. Still has room inside the 15. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Back to throw. He's on the move. Cut near the goal line. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. That could be it.
It's over.
It's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Chargers make the play that should win them this game.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Misfire there, couldn't connect. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They run. Here's Dobbins. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Chargers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. A big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead. His kick is good at the ends, but boy,
Even though I didn't need to score again, I just had 2 of it in.
as they add 3 to the win as time expires. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. All right, Brock. 2 words for you as we wrap this one up. Mission accomplished. It's what you set out to do every week, win the football game, and the guys did just that.
Yeah, and I think it was about confidence today. Right? It's one thing to think you can go get the job done. It's another thing to say you're going to get the job done. But when you actually have the experience of